CBS Sports Network has extensive coverage leading up to the 2013 draft, and it continues tonight at 7 o'clock. You can see that network. It's available on Time Warner Channel 467, Cablevision Channel 143, DirecTV Channel 613, Verizon Fios Channel 94, if you got all those numbers, 94, 613, 143, 467, and quarterbacking that coverage will be none other than Phil Simms, who joins us now. Phil, welcome.
All right, welcome, Mike. And if you remember all those numbers, go to Vegas and play blackjack.
There you go. How are you, Phil? Well, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in a long time. How's everything?
Yeah, a long time. Everything is good and plugging along. You're talking about the schedule. You know, look, I'm like a fan. That schedule's going to come out, and I'm going to go over every week to pick out the games that I think that I might be doing.
That's right. That's
I'm
right.
hoping we keep a few of the great matchups this year. There's some always probably 10, what you'd say, big-time marquee games that CBS has a chance at. I'd be happy if we keep 6. That would be great, so can't wait to see what happens.
All right, you're involved tonight in the draft show, the draft coverage tonight. CBS Sports Network will be having a show at 7 tonight, and they'll be covering the draft right up all week and do all the schedule tonight, too. This draft obviously has to follow what will long be the historic quarterback draft, just like 83 was. Last year will be regarded as one of the great quarterback drafts of all time. This year is a whole different deal. And then you got this whole thing. Now, tell me, you're a guy who looks at quarterbacks. You're a guy who works with quarterbacks. What'd you make of all the information, the nasty information, the nasty scouting report, and everything that has circulated around Geno Smith?
Well, I didn't make a lot of it. I think I thought it was some of it was not well said. I don't dig into the players a lot. In other words, I don't call people to find out, is he a good guy, nice guy, and all that. But just what comes to me, I've heard nothing but good things about Geno Smith. I like him on the field. So I think it's kind of died too, Mike. I do not think it will hurt him in the draft at all. And, every year it seems like there's something derogatory that comes out about one of the big quarterbacks. Oh, he's not a nice guy. He really isn't. And whatever it is. And I think the Geno Smith story, I think it's gone, and now it's all about him as a player. And
I thought that the nastiest thing was to say he's going to be Achilles Smith. I mean, that's a rough one. I mean, this guy threw a lot of touchdown passes in college. I mean, to call him Achilles Smith was a tough one.
Well, listen, I'm going to confess a little here. I thought Achilles Smith was going to be a really good NFL quarterback. I watched him in Oregon on TV. I actually watched him that year because that was a big quarterback draft, and saw him on film, and I said, man, I like this guy. He's got good NFL size. He can really make all the throws. And, well, we found out there were some other issues that he could not overcome. But all these quarterbacks, of course, have to overcome certain, I think, drawbacks in their game or in them, size, arm strength, whatever it is. And tonight, Rich Gannon, Steve Berline and all, we're going to do almost all quarterbacks and talk about the pluses and minuses of all these draft guys. Maybe we'll throw out a prediction where we think they might go in the draft. I don't know, but we'll talk about some college offenses too. And things to look out for, phrases I hear that are red flags, and maybe talk about college offenses that are really good that develop pro quarterbacks.
Well, Phil, let's talk about this, too, because this is going to be a fascinating story, and that is guys saying that they think Kelly's offense in Philly will revolutionize the NFL. Now, a lot of people – now, Kelly went and worked with New England on how to quicken up their offense so that they could say things quicker and say things in one word and stuff like that last year. And that's one of the things Selleck said. Selleck said the communication of this offense, play-to-play, will revolutionize the NFL. What do you make about that?
Look, I'd be careful about words. I think that's my first thought. The biggest thing is right away, Kelly's offense is not going to catch people by surprise because everybody's working on it right now. Every team that's going to play the Philadelphia Eagles is pouring over every single tape that he had at Oregon and probably even New Hampshire. Now, the fact that the NFL got two things happen last year in the NFL. Everybody saw the Patriots' incredible paced offense, and we saw all the read option by the quarterbacks. The teams are not going to be fooled by that anymore. They'll be ready for it. I saw teams, you can't tell people these things, but I thought teams at the end of the year adjusted big time to all the read options, and basically almost every defense was stopping it at the end of the year. But, there's a few highlight plays that stuck out, and that story never died. It'll still be part of the offense in the NFL this coming year. I just don't expect it to have near the impact that it did last year.
Do you think Kelly can run the offense anywhere near like he ran in college, or does he have to pay far more attention to pass protection and the numbers game needed to protect the quarterback?
It'll be interesting. His offense was a running offense in Oregon. I have looked at it. Pretty simple passing. Well, let me rephrase it. Very simple passing, but it is college. It's not like you got to reinvent the wheel there, because there's so little these defenses do in college. It's incredible. That's why the numbers and everything, and not much time on the field, you see offenses just putting up numbers that are, I can't even believe them for nowadays. But he did run outside a lot. I think we all know, Mike, running across the formation in the NFL, even now, it's still very difficult to do. And there's one thing about the fast-paced offense. It's great when it works. But it only takes about 2 3 and outs, and you have to go, okay, now, what do we do?